I'm Jeremy Geigel. I'm a criminal defense lawyer at Jackson White Law Firm. The answer is yes. If I'm treating you as a family member, I'm already representing you. I'm not leaving anything to chance. And so if your intention is just to go in and plead guilty and take the punishment, maybe you don't need a lawyer. But I couldn't even recommend that for a family member. I would need to be there taking care of them, not leaving anything to chance. And so absolutely hire a DUI lawyer as soon as you know a DUI is pending. Immediately call a lawyer and get some advice. There's going to be lots of things that are confusing. The officer is going to be asking a ton of questions, some of which you don't have to answer. That will have significant impact on your life. If you answer certain questions in the wrong way, or if you consent to certain things, it can really harm your driving privileges and it can really affect the consequences in your case going forward. So you've got to get a lawyer on the line and ask them questions. So after a DUI arrest, typically you're given what's called an admin per se affidavit. That affidavit is your temporary license. You have to request a hearing within 30 days or the suspension goes live. And that suspension is 90 days. First 30 days are no driving whatsoever. Or the next 60 days after that, you can request a restricted permit to and from work, to and from necessities. All of that needs to be handled by a lawyer. You want a lawyer to take care of the MVD issues for you and not worry about whether or not you're legally driving or if your suspension has gone live and now you're illegally driving and you're going to pick up another misdemeanor. Get a lawyer involved to handle that for you. The statutes are terrible. 6 months jail maximum. Even for a first-time DUI, it's 10 days jail. You can get some of that suspended through counseling. If you have a good lawyer who negotiates a plea that does not include jail, you won't be going to jail. So getting a good lawyer and getting the best possible results is what you need to be thinking about. Under Arizona law, there is mandatory jail for DUIs if you're convicted at trial, but you don't have to be convicted at trial. If you get a good lawyer involved and they can negotiate a plea that does not include jail, you won't be going to jail. One of the tricks the officers use when they're arresting someone for DUI is they take their physical license away. So the person thinks, I can't drive now. I don't have my physical license. I don't have an ID on me. What becomes your license is that paperwork they give you, which is the admin per se affidavit. That becomes a temporary license until the suspension goes live or until you request a hearing. Even if the officer takes your physical license away from you, you can legally drive until the MVD suspends your license. Now we have strategies to request hearings, challenge the suspension so that maybe you don't have to suffer a suspension at all in a DUI. But if you're going to suffer a suspension, we want to be there at that hearing and negotiate when that suspension takes place and what you're going to do to make sure you get your license back so you can legally drive.